Oh, man, look at him over here. He's fisting it. He's fisting it again. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. For three diamonds, man. For three diamonds. Don't back down. Can we get a little Tom Petty? Don't back down. Can we get a little Tom Petty? Here we go. I won't back down. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Come on. We got this. They're not even halfway done yet. They're not even halfway done yet. Look, they said they were hungry. They said, I would have.
Hello. Who's here? Anyone here? Hi. Anyone here? Well, I'll stay here and watch my video. If someone comes in, it will tell me.
Have all five of these plates done already. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Come on, sing with us.
Hello. Who's here? Anybody? Hi. I had a blast. That party, I wish it hadn't ended. I pulled in the gate about 5 till 11. I wanted my friend and I to be there a little earlier than that, but we had to stop at Walmart, and she took a little longer than I really wanted. But I would have been in line at 10 o'clock like all the others that they let in early. So it would have been great. Yep. I'm hoping some of my other friends come in that I talk to a lot. Um, I want to go to a YouTube convention this summer. It's called VidCon. There's going to be several of them, but the one I want to go to is going to be in Anaheim, California. I got a friend that lives not far from there. I have never met him, but I would like to, go out there. Well, one of the YouTubers I watch is called Creekcraft, and Creekcraft is a gamer, and he's going to be out there. Never met him either, but he lived in the same town my daughter did in Florida, or close to it, and now he's somewhere else with his girlfriend. But I want to learn more about YouTube and learn more about how to edit videos and learn how to do StreamYards better. I also would like to go to TwitchCon. Twitch is having one in Las Vegas in October, and they're having one in Paris, France. I have a friend that's always wanted to go to Paris, And I said, maybe me and her could somehow get the money up, you know. Hi. Yeah, Paris would be great. There's a new way to have you up on panel on stream, but I don't know how to do that. Oh, I did it last night, but someone did it in their end. And if anybody wants to come up on the stream, you can. But if you did it like they did last night, you can be streaming from your computer. I'll put the link up if anybody wants to come up. There's the link to my. I can have 4 because I'm not paying for StreamYards. But no, the party was fun. I like Jeremy's idea of next time having it on his property where the schoolhouse is. Maybe he'll fix it where people can even stay there and sleep. Find us all, like a camp, like he used to run. That would be wonderful. Make a whole 3-day weekend out of it or a week. You pay X amount of dollars, get your food, get your bed. I thought that would be fun. It would be on a smaller scale. I don't know how many, if it would even turn the schoolhouse rooms into like women's dorms and men's dorms or whatever. But I thought that would be fun. Because he did say if he had another party, they would use the schoolhouse, and that would save the venue price. And I thought that would be fun. But if you watched any of his the video he put out, he talked about Sunday night that yeah, he talked about Sunday night that at the party when it was over, it was probably 30 minutes or more before the last, or 40 probably before the last person left. But I don't drive that well, and next time I'm gonna hitch a ride with somebody instead of having my neighbor take me. She's a nice friend, but she didn't know anybody. She wasn't bored, but she didn't really know anybody. She didn't get the concept of why give someone a gift card and there may not be anything on it. She doesn't watch YouTube hardly any at all, and so she didn't understand what we were doing, and how much fun it was. I would have loved to have gotten a gift card, whether it had 22 cents on it or nothing, just saying that I won a prize. I thought it would have been fun. Now I did not go out and hit on the safe. The safe was where the $500 was. I've got another video coming out at 4:30 today, and one coming out at 4:30 tomorrow. I did it earlier since he already put out his video. And then if you're not a member, he's got a private member video out now that I paused and was watching. It was the whole thing of the eating contest, but I videoed most of the eating contest myself. I didn't get the very last 30 minutes because my phone went dead, so I didn't get the announcement video, any of that. But that would have been nice. But I think I'm going to invest in one of those little things you plug your phone up to that's on solar that will charge it. And I could have kept it charging. 'cause I'm not one of the I'm a, beginner YouTuber, but I'm not gonna go spend a lot of money on, video cameras and stuff when I have a phone. And that's what Jeremy uses. And when I went swimming with the manatees, I had a panic attack, and I couldn't do it, but I got in the water anyway, and the lady guide that was in the water with us, she held on to me, and I could see some of the manatees mainly from the surface when they came up, but it was a little hard. But yeah, and he had a after party, and he showed some of that. Well, Doreen and Conky did on their channel. They were gonna have a bonfire, but it was all too wet, to do that. But they were all back at the schoolhouse. Uh, the main group, and Brett and Teresa from the trailer park or campground that they have. They were there. They were playing the game Spoons. But I can see in my mind's eye, I can see Jeremy taking that schoolhouse and having weekend visitors come and do whatever they need to do there and do their meetings. When I was a kid, we used to go to a place in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It was right out of there, right out of sight, right off Gatlinburg. It was called Wayfoy Lodge, and it's still there. The lady passed away several years ago, and when you went as a teenager, her big cabin slept 150. One side was for girls and one side was for boys, unless it was an all-girl thing that went. Then you use both. They use both sides. But we had a blast when I was a teenager doing that. I remember that we'd go and stay sometimes just for 3 or 4 days, and sometimes a couple of times we were there all week, and sometimes we were there just for a couple of days on our way to go. One year we were going to Washington, D.C., and we stopped there on the way up and spent a couple of days and then went on to Washington. That was 1976, when the year of the bicentennial, and we sang on the Capitol steps in Washington. Our church group did. But I can just see something like that where church groups or YouTubers or individual parties can, rent it for the whole weekend or a week. He's got the kitchen. Now, when we rented our place, the food wasn't included. You had to bring it yourself. So they would go up to the nearest grocery store and get and cook for us. Our chaperones did. But I think if he did a half meal, if he did another party, he could hire somebody. I'd work for him and cook. I've done it. I've cooked for 500 before. So, I don't like cooking for myself since I'm by myself now. My husband's passed away, but I do it because I got to eat. I met this one gentleman and a lady, a gentleman who every week he would go to this restaurant and buy their meats and take it home because he said he could cook a can of green beans. I am too. And I'm kind of curious too if he's going to end up going and living in Otter Creek more because he's got the schoolhouse now. Because he kind of said in one of his videos, I don't know if it's a members only or, but he said they may have to have someone like be a caretaker of the place. So we don't know who takes care of the chickens and stuff, but since Mimi lives very close, I figure it's the Mimi's family, or it could be Britt and Teresa, or someone we don't even know. But I figured it was one of those two that went and took care of the things when they're gone. Besides Willis, what you doing, Willis coming in and doing his videos there this past winter, and yeah. But I went while I was down there. I talked my friend into going down to the schoolhouse, and there was nobody there. But we got out. I did, and I looked around for about 5 minutes or so. I didn't want to stay long because I knew he already had cameras up, and he saw me, but he didn't care. But I wanted to go to his other house, and someone told me where it was, and my friend said, "We're not going down there." So next time I'm going to hitch a ride with somebody that's coming through Georgia. I could, because I live only a mile from I-20. My brother lives like 5 miles from I-75, so I could go to his house and park my car, and they could pick me up from there. Or anyone going from here to Ohio. And I loved it when they all went to barbecues. My friend wouldn't stay after we went over there, and got the dessert. I wanted to stay a little longer. And she's ready to go back to the hotel. I could have stayed and walked across, or someone would have gave me a ride because it's almost directly across from the Quality Inn. But I heard several people talk about that the Days Inn was a little bit better. They had a pool party. I don't know if they got in the pool, but then I looked it up online, and there was a um, hot tub they got in. Yeah. I often wonder too when he's talking about the town's going to be surprised at the new mayor. I said, I wonder if Teresa and her husband, one of them two, are going to run for mayor. Yeah. Oh, I love what you're doing, Willis. I love Travis. Yeah. I was watching Guapos this morning. It was on last night, but I had to go to my grief share, and I couldn't watch what I wanted to watch when I got back, and his too. So I watched his, and they showed the bread and the place they rented. I guess Doreen. It was Doreen's and Conky's place. I don't know if they stayed there too, but that was a nice little place. And there was one lady who said she rented a house, and for the whole 3 days, it was only $150. And I paid over $300 for 3 nights. But I would pay three or $400 to have it at his place with food, if food was included. Yeah, it's just the Days Inn was $98 a night. I mean, the Quality Inn. The Days Inn was like 97, but they had a hot tub. Don't know if it worked or not, but they had a. Someone talk about the pool party they had. I don't know where you stayed, but it was. I had a blast. But I know Jeremy and all of them learned a few things that they would do different. It was so many people there, you couldn't see everything as it was going on. You could, like, I went out to watch Guapo, went out and watched Conky, but then while I was out there, there was things going on in the building, and I wanted to go do karaoke, and I couldn't do. There was such a long list that I didn't sign up. And I was going to go back and sign up, and I just, didn't have the chance to. But his schoolhouse is a pretty nice schoolhouse. Not like our schoolhouses today, because it was built in 30s, they said. But those rooms would make great rooms to put probably 4 or 5, 6 twin beds in there. I don't know, and it's got the showers, and it's got the bathroom. And that way, I think if you had it all in one place, I've been to conventions, and the first one I ever went to was a Takeoff Pound Sensible convention, and we stayed off site. Big mistake. Stay on site, you get all the extra activity funds that like bunch of them would get together. It wasn't planned, but you'd get together down in these big convention hotels, and they'd have fun. And then there was a dancing party we had at all of them. But when you have to go back to your hotel and leave, you don't even know the dance party's over. A lot of them would go down to the restaurant or the lobby or place, and they would have fun and sit. So if you had there's several YouTube conventions coming, and I definitely, if I do go to a YouTube convention, I'm staying at the hotel where it is, because there's all kind of, if you pay for the right price ticket, you can go to the parties, you can go to the meet and greets, extra meet and greets, the classes. But if you have to go off site, you don't want to be leaving at midnight after a party and going back. You want to stay there where they're probably going to keep partying in another part of the hotel. So I think, if Jeremy did fix his place up to have a camp, 3 nights, 4 nights, and you would be able to meet everybody and see all the fun. Because really 6 hours, it was a lot long hours, but it really wasn't enough time. I got my food kind of late, and I was going to go back for more, but I was in there watching Jeremy and all do things, and didn't get any more food because they cut it off at 3:30. All right, have a blessed time. Have a blessed one. I'm live. Won't you come in and help me out? How many is here? How many is here? Have no clue. Hi, Kitty. How are you? Now I'll have to figure out if you want to come up how to do it. And I don't know how to make it where you can do yours. I forget what he did last night. I'm good. I had another contractor come out today. I like this guy. He showed me some pictures of some of the work you're doing, but had done, and we were looking around, showing him my house. Okay, but you can come up on panel if you want to. But I told him about my excuse me, about my husband passing away. And he sat there and prayed with me for and blessed me. You know, he wanted to know how much I had to spend, and I told him I didn't really know. And I told him, yeah, they're not touching the bathroom. He's gonna help me. I told him I wanted to take a different color and take a sponge and go over that. I can do it. He said, "Oh, I'll fix it for you." I don't know if he's gonna charge me, but he said he'd fix it for me and with a different color or two different colors. But no, I've got my house built in 1963 and it needs a lot of work. My husband didn't feel like nothing was wrong with it. Just because you have a tile floor that's wearing out where he set his feet all the time, there's nothing wrong with it. That was his thing. And now that it's mine, until I get the paperwork from the courthouse, it's not mine, but it is, I'm going to be fixing it up. When we inherited this house, I was not asked if I wanted to live here. I was told by my husband we're moving. Mama gave me the house. Didn't ask me. That his mother didn't like me anyway. And she's gone. But I have forgiven her. Yeah. But I wanted things changed a long time ago. And when with my mother-in-law, when my father-in-law passed away, she wanted to, paint. And she did a little bit, but not hardly enough to notice she done anything. And yeah. And she said, "What color would I paint my bedroom if I was painting it?" I said, "Well, what's your favorite color?" "Pink." I said, "Well, paint it pink." 3 months later, about 3 months later, she offered my husband the house. We moved in December 1989 during my daughter's, winter break, Christmas break. And I've lived with a pink bedroom for all those years, which is nothing wrong with it. But it should have been painted probably 10 years after it was painted, like most people do. Most people paint their house more than once a decade. So, yeah. But I'm hoping I'll get some friends that want to talk about going to VidCon or TwitchCon. I I know Living My Life wants to go to Paris. TwitchCon is having I think it's TwitchCon, but it's put on by Twitch. They're having one in Paris this year. Well, I'm only 4'9". I can get a ladder and I can paint, but the floors have got to be redone. The windows need some work. My bathroom hasn't been touched in those years, and it's really small. And he said he can make it bigger, but I'd lose a little bit in the living room, in my bedroom. I've always wanted a bigger bathroom all these years. Because my sink is not in my bathroom. My sink is outside the bathroom in the bedroom. That's one of the ways I did it in 63. This guy can help me get a bigger bathroom. And I told him my price. I said 15 to 20 is all I can go. He said it's going to cost probably more than that. But he said, "I'll work with you. I'll give you a good price." He's a Mexican guy. And it didn't bother me that. But I don't want to be paying double what I paid in that bathroom. I paid way too much to have that bathroom done. Well, the master bathroom is in my bedroom, but the sink is outside the door in my bedroom. and he's gonna tear the wall down and go out 24 inches long more, which you don't think that's a lot, but it is about 24, and make it a bigger bathroom. But I want to make a handicap tub and shower. If he can do it. One of my friends, I went to her house for Thanksgiving because family couldn't get together because my brother had COVID and my other brother were going out to a restaurant that I couldn't eat at. So she invited me to her house, and she's got her tub is sunken in, and it's like almost walk in. I would love to have something like that where I don't know if my mom can get in it, but I need handicap in case my mom comes to stay with me some. Because my brother's done it. But see, I lost my dad and my husband on the same day this year. My dad died at almost 5 o'clock in the morning, and my husband died at 8:37 that night. Yeah, and my dad and I, we weren't that close, and so it hadn't hit me that bad about my dad. But losing your husband, it hit me a little more. But me and my dad did not have, we didn't have a bad relationship. I just didn't put it this way. If in my younger days, I didn't want to be at the house with him there by myself. It's just that he liked the women. I probably have a brother or sister out there that I don't know about. So, but my party this weekend was fun, fun, fun. Just wished it had lasted a little longer. I wish some of the things were planned out a little more. And so does Jeremy. He learned, you know, yeah. They had a eating contest and they had a Dunkin' booth. They had one of the guys ride a motorcycle. Yeah, me and my father. Yep. So you didn't know your father that well either. So, but my friend who what the hell's HALES, he bought a 70 acres in Otter Creek, Florida, because they're eventually going to put a toll through there, and it's going to go right through his property probably, and he have a good opportunity to sell. But he had the opportunity to buy another property that had the old schoolhouse on it. And the church wanted it, but the church has had it since July. Well, 2 weeks ago now, he bought the church from the people who had it. It's called the Lark and or Ark, Ark. It was a school for mentally challenged, and they taught them how to cook and do things there and everything. That's what they turned the school into. So now Jeremy's got it, and it would make a wonderful place to have parties. He used to run church camps or Christian camps or camps. He could turn the school rooms into, put beds in there, twin beds. And we stay there for the weekend and have a set schedule, like a retreat. Yeah, like a camp retreat. Yeah, have a set schedule. Like this happens at this time, lunch at this time, uh, games at this time, and that way we would all be in the same area. And like the whole weekend, people were there. People started coming in as early as a week before to do things around the town. But then the day of the party was only 6 hours, which is a lot. But not when you have over 350 people there. You could not meet everybody or see everything. But if you had a meeting place where you're all there for the weekend, whether it's 350, I don't know how many can sleep there, not that many. However many he's allowed to have in that school. Yep. And he'll tell you the best investment is real estate. So, weekend talks on YouTube and real estate, or just a weekend talk to have fun. You betcha I'd be going more than once. My daughter lives in Florida, but she's like 2 hours from there. But if I ever moved to Florida, yeah, one of his places, he's got two places down there. One's 70 acres, which is, he's got a couple of buildings on it. He's got that old house that's about to fall apart on it. He's got a workshop building and another little building, but not anything like the schoolhouse. Schoolhouse has a baseball field, has the schoolhouse and a house. Yeah, yeah. But one of the he has these two workers that work for him. They're in their 20s. They got married last year, and they announced at the party that she's having a baby due October 29th. So that was, fun to find that out. But it was a great weekend. I wish I had longer. I wanted to go down to the ocean, which was only 30 minutes away, and my friend said, "We're not going down there." Because we went an hour away to go swim with the manatees. And then that night, when we got back, I don't care if it was getting dark or not. I wanted to go, but she didn't want to go. Or I wanted to go before we came home, and she didn't want to go. So Thursday would have been a great time to go down there, but Thursday we went across the street where they hang out a lot and eat at a place called Bubba Q's. If you ever go down there, that area, it's too cold to go in the ocean right now, but I wanted to go down to the Cedar Keys and see it. But they were all at Bubba Q's when we got there. We went over there to get dessert because we'd ate somewhere else. And because I didn't want barbecue when we were going to have it on Saturday, but kind of wish I'd had it. But I was there. But when we were done, someone come in, and I want to stay a little longer, but she wanted to go back to the hotel. So I definitely will not go. We didn't have a bad time together, but I could have had a better time. I will go with someone who, like if some of the group we hang out with were having a party, I would want to go with somebody that knows the people in that group or knows their name, whether they know their face or not. She didn't know anybody. And so some of the things he did not make sense to her. He gave away a lot of prizes this weekend. And one of the some of the prizes were he's a storage locker person. And when he found something small enough that would fit in your suitcase or your purse or your back pocket, he put them in envelopes from whatever storage unit he found it from. And some of them were gift cards. He didn't check the balance. He lets you check the balance. She said, why would he want to give us a gift card not knowing if there's anything on it or not? Well, you have to know Jeremy to know why he did it. And I would have liked it just to win the prize, whether it had 22. He had one that only had 22 cents on it. One of the prizes was a $2,000 watch, brand new with a price tag and receipt in the box. The couple that came the person that came the farthest was a couple. They came from England, first time in the United States. They had to get a passport and everything. So it was, it was fun and interesting. Yeah. So, but if I go to TwitchCon or VidCon, I my neighbor, I've been dumpster diving about three times now. Just when I go to the grocery store, I go behind the grocery store or at our Aldi's and look in it first. And she don't like that. She doesn't believe in it. It's not, and she doesn't like YouTube. Hey, Christy. Hey, Nathan. If you want to come up, click on that and I'll bring you up and you'll be on panel. But she doesn't like me dumpster diving. She don't think it's right. And I don't care. It's legal, you know. She doesn't like YouTube. I don't care. If this gonna cut off my cable and pay the YouTube price, I'm gonna get an Amazon Fire Stick. I'm gonna get YouTube TV. Save me a whole lot of money. Okay, Nathan. But I like my neighbor because she does help me out. When I didn't have a car for a while, I'd go with her shopping. So Amazon, YouTube Fire Stick, the YouTube channel, YouTube TV, it's got every channel that I watch. I watch TLC, Discover, Food Network, Animal Planet, I think's the name of it. I'm into more reality, real life shows and cooking than I am some of these TV shows. Not that I don't like them, it's just I get hooked on watching my travel people. I get hooked on watching Jeremy. I get hooked on watching people play Minecraft. I love Twitch. I'm on a Twitch person stream. There are actors from Singapore, and I watch them. And I still watch some TV because I watch my TLC. I like the Little People, Big World. I like the Johnston family. They're from uh they're from Georgia. They're a little couple with their family. They have some biological children and some adopted children. I like watching things like that. And I've been on YouTube since 2012. Had 32 subscribers in October. Now I have 1,000. Let's see, how many do I have? Let's see, 1,147 maybe. No, I have 1,150 now. So I was just doing it for the fun of it to start with. Like most people, they have a YouTube channel, but they don't make any content. They just sit and watch others. Well, before my husband passed away, I did a little bit of YouTube, and it was mainly Minecraft, but I didn't push it. I didn't do it every day. I did maybe once a month, twice a month. And there's a famous YouTuber who does Minecraft, and he had, oh, what was his name? I can't remember his name. I made a video on how you can make a fishing thing for Minecraft. I got over almost 3,000 views on it. My first big hit was that one. 2,700 and something, almost 3,000 views, because I mentioned his name in the video. And at 4:30, my next half meal time to grill party video is coming out. So I gotta finish watching the one Jeremy put out before mine comes on. He put out one for the members only. So I had one. No, I didn't have one more than 2,000, almost 3,000. That was my Minecraft. It tells me on my analytics. That was the top video. My top video now is over 7,000 views, and it wasn't but it was a video of the party before the party started, kind of thing. I don't remember what I had before that. Hey, hello. Yes, it was the best. I got another video coming out at 4:30. That was one of the best things I ever did. But next time I go, I'm going with someone that knows the group I was with. My neighbor took me because I don't drive well at night, and I don't like driving. I didn't want to be a woman by myself driving, so she went with me, and I paid for the room. She paid for her food, but she didn't know anybody. But she had a good time, but she did not know the people I was with or none of their names, nothing ring. So next time I go, it's gonna be with someone that's in the same with me. Yeah, thank you. I don't know what video he was talking about. My friend Nathan would have to tell you. We used to do a lot of Minecraft videos together. Cause I don't remember which one he's talking about. Cause I don't have 400 watch hour 4,000 watch hours yet. So any I put up now can't get taken down. The one that's coming out tonight, it's got a song in it that's not gonna go over well. Yeah, I had to. Oh, they were private. I couldn't remember because I probably didn't know what I was doing. Some of them were private, but I'm gonna work on getting some of my older videos if they're not private anymore. But I'm gonna do some more Minecraft videos. I don't know if anybody that's following me plays Minecraft, but I like doing that. But I like doing it on a server, not my private, because I like the competition. My friend Nathan can tell you, I'm usually the number one person on that for selling your stuff. If they have a shop economy, I'm usually right there at the top. I'll get over economy before I get a rank. Sometimes you have to spend your money, in-game money, on ranks in the games, and I'll get economy before I get an in-game rank. Yeah, but going to a major YouTube thing put me over the top. Plus, I made a shirt with Jeremy's name on the front and the party, and then my name on the back with my channel. Yeah, I love Minecraft. There was a lady in the room I went into last night. It's called Harold's Simple Adventures. She was from I think Fiji. I think that's where she said she was from. Or the Philippines. You recorded me? How could you record me? Were you at the party? Big Time Fun Daddy, were you at the Jeremy Hill's party last night? I mean, this weekend? Because I don't know how to take. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want to get your YouTube channel up, all you got to do is type in half meal time to grill. But I didn't get the last of the party where he announced Patient and Christian's announcement because my phone went dead. So what I am going to do, I'm going to get me a phone charger that I can that charges with the sun or whatever they're called, so I can charge my phone when I'm out if I'm out at another party. But I want to go to a YouTube convention this summer or a Twitch convention. Twitch is going to be in Paris, France, and in Anaheim, California. And there are lots of YouTube conventions. There's one VidCon that's going to be no Twitch is Paris and Las Vegas. VidCon, which is YouTube, is going to be in Anaheim, California. And I got a friend that lives out there. He's about 15 minutes from probably where that one's going to be. But my husband worked for an airlines, and would you believe he didn't like to travel? He got he's an aircraft mechanic, 37 years with the one same company. 4 years in the Air Force and 1 year with another company when he first started out. but he got vertigo real easy and got sick easily. So if he didn't have to fly, he didn't fly. We did fly a few times. We went to Las Vegas 1, 2, 3 times with his mother. Yeah, we went to Las Vegas 3 times. We took our daughter out there when she graduated because we were going to go to the Bahamas, but she decided she'd rather go see the Star Trek museum and convention, not convention, but museum out there. And there's a little show. And then when she turned 21, she wanted to go back so she could gamble. And she had to work and couldn't go, so me and my husband went without her. And then we flew down to Panama City several times when my daughter was young. And he had to go out for a work convention, work school for 3 weeks, I think he was gone. And he was gone to Canada, to Montreal, Canada. And he flew out there, and my daughter was in 8th grade, and I got someone to watch her, and I went out to flew out there for a long weekend. It was over Labor Day or Memorial Day. No, it was in May. It was over that holiday weekend. But, a lot of people that work for the airlines went way back in the day. You could get on with your buddy pass or your flying status, and it didn't cost you nothing. And they would go a lot of places. And my husband, he was good. We were good for 1 trip a year, sometimes 2, because we'd drive up to the North Georgia mountains, for a day. And sometimes for overnighter, but mostly for the day. He was a homebody. And I told him years ago that, well, over the years, I would say, let's go to Hawaii. He'd wave and say, have fun. Well, let's go take a cruise. Have fun. And so those are my dreams someday, to do some stuff. It was really hard this weekend. My friend caught me crying one time. And I said, I'm all right. He said, why are you crying? I said, I'll be all right. And I just walked off. It was my first trip without my husband. Well, actually, my second. My first was Christmas to go to my daughter's house in Florida. But I was with family, so that really didn't do anything. But going off without my husband I call it a mini vacation. That was one of the hardest things. And, I'm going to do more videos when I get my contractor. He came today. Such a nice guy. He prayed with me. He's a friend at our church, lives behind a friend at our church. And he said, I live behind Jenny. And my sons call her grandmother. Hawaii party when you hit 10, when I hit 1,000, 10K, yeah. Or I would rent Jeremy's place. However many, if he would make his, like I was telling somebody earlier, if he would make his schoolhouse and fill it full of bedrooms, and make beds, made a camp, I would go down there and do something for the weekend. Yep. A lot of YouTubers, I watch this guy, Mike the Weatherman. He's from Florida. He, 2 weeks ago, or maybe 3 now, he had a meet and greet on a cruise ship. And they went cruising together. And you had certain times that they did things together on the ship. He had a weather talk and something else. But I'd rather be at a actual resort where you're all in the same place like at Jeremy's, and you were out. Cause this weekend I stayed at the Quality Inn, which was okay, but I heard that people said, "Hey, Overflow," that they said that the Days Inn was better. Yeah, he's gonna have a dollar yard sale, but I don't want to drive all the way down there just for a yard sale. But the Days Inn, they had a hot tub and had a pool party around the hot tub. Ours, you know, what was her name? Aunt Patty Ann. She was at our hotel, but I didn't see her the whole weekend there. I saw others that were I met, and they said they were from there, but none of us got together and did anything at our hotel. I went across to the barbecues. We didn't know where it was, and we Googled it, and we had to turn around because it said we went the wrong way. Didn't know it was across the street from the Quality Inn. But we went over there and got dessert because we'd already had dinner. Me and my friend did, and they were in there because he had told me earlier that day they were going to barbecues that night. But when I was in there, and we were 99% done, a bunch of people came in, a bunch, and he said, "Y'all need to tip good if you're gonna come in here because it was overflow. It was standing room only, and they gave those waitresses a good tip. They left them a lot of money that night. But I wanted to stay, and my friend said, "Come on, let's go." I would have stayed. Yep. That was Thursday night. Now I don't know what they did Friday night, if they went back to barbecues or not. No, it was Friday night they were in barbecues. They were in there both nights, but we saw them Friday night. They were there both nights. People caught them that came in earlier. We came in Thursday. And I don't remember what we ate Thursday. We ate at the 1998 place one night while we were there afternoon. I think it was on the way home from Friday from going to the Manatees. The Manatee place messed my reservations up, and I wasn't on their boat. And the only thing they had left was hi Joan, Joanne, Joan. Anyway, I ended up going across the street while we were waiting on the 2 o'clock tour, and there was a place over there, and they had an opening for 12 instead of 2, so we canceled the one across the street because we hadn't paid yet, and went on the 12 o'clock. But we didn't run into Jeremy. We would have probably, if they'd went to where they went, we would have been there probably about 30 minutes with seeing their group, but we didn't go there. Oh, you left early. No, I stayed until 5 o'clock. A lot of them stayed later, and they had to push them out the door, kind of thing. Oh, you missed the announcement. Yeah, if I'm gonna go that far, we drove 388 miles. We didn't get there to right at 11 because my friend had to stop at Walmart. If she hadn't had to stop at Walmart, we'd been there at 10:30. But people got there at 10 o'clock and lined up. They had to open the gates early because they were blocking the highway, blocking the road. And there were chairs outside. People went outside and got the chairs and brought them in to and I stood most of the time. My friend got her a spot in the corner, and she put her stuff there, and no one took her seat. You drove 211 miles towards Orlando. Coming from Orlando area? Yeah, we came from the Atlanta area, and it said it was only like 5.5 hours, but it actually, when you stop to get gas once, we stopped at Buc-ee's on the way down, and then we had to stop one other time for something. I think the bathroom. I don't remember. It took us about 6.5, 7 hours. Coming home, it took us longer because we ran into a little bit of traffic from the Atlanta Speedway traffic, and we had to stop and pick up my dog at my brother's house, which is 5 minutes from the I-75. And we stopped at Buc-ee's, and it was so crowded it took us longer coming back. So, but I got another video coming out at 4:30 on the party, and then another one tomorrow at 4:30. My longest one was I think my longest video is tonight because I couldn't break it up the way it was. And I don't even know if I've got them in the right order because when I put it in the program I have, it didn't put them in the order that my camera had them in. So I just hope and pray that people liked it because I got almost on my first video before the party video, just talking. I got over uh 7,000 hits, and on the one last night, I'm up to over 5,000. And so I don't know what this one's gonna bring in. But I put a poll up, and most people want to see me cook. But I get more hits sometimes on my little dog than I do on any other video I put out. You know, for me only having 1,150 subscribers, you know, a couple of thousand views is not bad. But I'm gonna do my house renovation. I said I wish on one of my videos I put out, I said I wish I had a what you do in Willis in my area. Even though I know Willis has made mistakes and had to redo and redo, he's a good Christian man. But the guy that came and looked today, I've been praying for someone. And when I told him about my husband that had passed away, he prayed with me. I just don't know what the price is going to cost. He said, I can do it two ways. I can do it where you buy the stuff, and then you just have my labor, or you have my labor and the cost. And he said it would be cheaper if you went and bought it yourself and helped pick out what you want and paid for it, then I just install it. I said, I like that idea. If you saw my video, if you haven't, there's one in my bathroom the contractor just got through with, and I'm not happy with it. I'm going to take it and I'm going to what they call stipple. I want to take it and put another light color on the wall. And the guy was Spanish today, and yeah, I do too. And we had a little, he knows English pretty well, but some of the words I was trying to describe how I wanted my wall didn't come out. And I told him I wanted to put just a little bit of color with a sponge on my different color with a sponge on my wall. And he looked at my floor. He said, "You want it like the floor?" I said, "Yeah. You know, I want it marbly looking like the floor a little bit." So just to cover up the flaws that it's supposed to look like that, you won't notice them. Even though nobody uses that bathroom except when my nephew and my daughter come and my son-in-law come, you know, that's the only ones that use it. But I'm gonna start my mom is 85 years old and my brother takes care of her. But me losing my mom, my dad, and my husband on the same day at the same time, I can't handle her right now because she's not able to do a lot. So I told my brother when I got my house fixed up that I would be able to have her up here and we could, she could stay a week and you'd get a break. But that's going to be this summer after I get it finished. Because the contractor can't come probably until sometime in May. Hey, Art, if you want to come up on panel, I can do that, but I don't remember how you do it to get you to stream it on your side. I forgot what we did I don't remember what Harold did last night. But I think I just click on your picture and it brings you up if you want to come up. But my contractor came, Ark. He was a nice man. He prayed with me when I told him my husband passed away. So he said he'd get back with me tomorrow on how much it's going to cost. He said, I buy the materials. I go pick out what I want instead of just leaving it up to him. And I pay him, to fix it. But I got a better feeling about this guy than I did the last one. The last one, I knew him from high school. Well, the town I lived in. We delivered the newspapers, and he delivered at the same time me and my dad did. Well, so I really don't remember him, but he won't be coming back in my house to do any more work. But the guy who came today was a neighbor. The lady I go to Greece church, the church I used to be. I'm still a member, but I don't go. Anyway, he's her neighbor from our grief sharing church. Right by, he said my yard backs up to her yard, and my kids call her grandma. And so I don't think I'm gonna get done dirty this time. If he doesn't have an enormous price for doing this. So he said it's probably gonna be a lot. And I told him what I could afford. And he said he would work with me. But if I'm paying for the materials, who knows, some of it might be on sale. I'd get flooring that was on clearance if I got enough to do my, do my floors with, and save money that way. Did you cook today, Art, or did your wife cook? I liked the video. I think it was you cooking the pork. But I never thought to take a boneless pork rib and fry it. I was thinking it'd be like you cooking a pork chop. Oh, you're eating popcorn. Yeah. But I got a video coming out at 4:30, and I'm hoping this video will get more people sharing my video and getting more subs. I'm up to 1,150 as of 30 minutes ago. Yep. A lot of popcorn dinners. I wish I could. I eat popcorn, but it doesn't really like me, so I don't eat it that often. And I don't know if any of y'all seen these places you can go. Ours is popcorn something. They have all these different flavors. Thank you, Ark. I went and bought some of it one time, and it's okay, but I don't eat enough of it to pay the high price for it. I'd rather just get a bag you put in the microwave. Now you can get it and you put it in a brown paper bags, the whole little kernel, the whole thing, and pop it, and it pops off the corn. I've seen that at some of these fairs you go to. You can buy a whole kernel of popcorn and put it in your brown paper bag and pop it in the microwave. Yeah. I wonder where living my life at 60 is. I know she keeps her grandchild and can't get on much, but I thought she might be here for a few minutes. I don't mind the grandchild playing and talking while we're talking because they're our next generation. But it's going to be fun, this YouTube adventure. Now, I don't know if any of y'all believe in or ever had a dream but didn't know about the dream. And then months later down the road, you go somewhere and you already had been there in your dream and seen it. Well, that was this weekend when they announced the announcement of one of the guy I went to see's co-workers. They're having a baby. They got married I think it was last August, September. They're having their first baby, and I already knew it, but I didn't know it till they announced it. I said, I dreamed. That was in one of my dreams. So, and I got really scared right after my husband died, and because I had dreamed that my dad and my husband died, but I didn't know they were going to die on the same day. About what 5 in the morning and 8:37 at night. I didn't know they were going to be that close together dying. Had no clue. But that night after my husband died, I was hearing, and it hit me that I had dreamed it. Oh, I am so excited for Christian and Patient too. I can see her going over on her due date and having it on Halloween. We have a lot of holiday birthdays in my family. My mom was born on Christmas. My dad was born July the 3rd. My husband was born February the 15th. My daughter was born Halloween. So I can see a lot of, close or on the date holiday babies. We made a mistake when my daughter was growing up, a funny mistake. We told her, oh, you can do anything you want on your birthday. Well, she's 18 years old and going trick-or-treating. But she said, Mom, I'm taking the neighbor's kids. I said, I know, you've been going with them since you were about 13. Y'all got in a group and walked the whole neighborhood. But I thought it was kind of funny. We had this one house, his name was Bud. He used to be one of our commissioners in town. You went to his house and he had these great big old water barrels or, whiskey barrels or whatever you want to call them. He had about 12 in his living room. And he said, all right, y'all can get something out of every one of the barrels. And then he would say, oh, don't forget to get your parents something. He had toys like McDonald's and Burger King toys and Debbie cakes, drinks, fruit, and all kind of candy. Hi, Norma. Here's the link if anybody wants to come up, but I don't know how to make it where you can do it from your channel. We did it last night with Harold. We tested it out, but somebody had to come in and tell him how, and I forgot how they said to do it. So I did it for 30 minutes last night. I guess Living's with her granddaughter. But we're just sitting here talking about my YouTube party I went to and YouTube conventions and things like that. And Twitch convention. I know Living wants to go to Paris, and they're having a Twitch convention in Paris this year. Well, we've been talking about it, or going to a YouTube convention. But you got to have the money to go to those places, you know. You got to be like Jeremy Hells. You got. I think I can do my join button now, but I need someone to make me some emojis. I don't know how to get them or where to get them from. I would like to have a emoji with a yellow rose on it, and an emoji with dots, chocolate Dotson on it. Yeah, and you get private videos. I belong to Jeremy's because someone gifted me a join, but then I bought paid the bullet and went to hire out so I could see his extra videos. For someone like that, it's worth it. But he gets every time he's on, he'll get a donation, $5, $10, $25. And another couple we watch from that group is called What You Doing Willis. And if it wasn't for Jeremy, he wouldn't have his YouTube channel. He has he bought this what do you call it, cabin that it was on this guy who bought the land from somebody, bought a house, and the guy passed away, and he was building a cabin, and he had all the stuff in it. He had the tub, the sink, and the flooring, and the baseboard stuff. He had all that bought, and so Travis bought it, and he had it moved to his property, and he's been doing it himself. And I said, I wish I had someone here to do that for me, but Jeremy got him started. He helped Jeremy out fix a uh, stopped up toilet and stuff at his place, and his channel has taken off. And he has a wish list on Amazon, and they have not had to buy but 4 or 5 things for their cabin because people have went on the wish list and bought it and sent it to them. And I said, and Jeremy, the highest price for his join is $24.99, and I'm gonna do it for a couple more months, and then I'll probably have to cut it off unless I can start getting a little more way to pay. But his extra videos are things that people don't get to see. Yeah, Jeremy helps a lot. He helps what you don't know about. And you can't call him and say, "Hey, can you help so and so and so and so?" No, that ain't how it works. He lets God lead him to what he needs and wants. He needed a building to put all his not dumpster diving, his storage locker stuff in. Well, he got it. He really. So he's helping the Ark now. Oh, and Aunt Camellia, they're going to be feeding 500 next month in Egypt for Christmas. 500 families. And he hasn't mentioned it or anything, but I bet people could send money to her to help feed those families and feed maybe more than 500. Yep. But God helps those who help themselves, you know. He helps others. And so I lead in God to help me with my YouTube channel. And if I get money, I get money. If I don't, I don't. If I get someone to send me a light bulb or a piece of sheetrock or whatever I need for, flooring, if I get any of that, I'm not going to ask. Because, Jeremy didn't have his join thing up until about a year ago. But I may put mine up now that I'm over. I don't know if you can put it up now. You have to wait till you get 4,000 watch hours. But I'm going to figure that out and maybe do. There's several levels of prices you can do, but I may just do the $4.99 level, or there's a 99-cent level. Now, Willis said he wasn't doing it because he knew people had other things to do with their money, and he really doesn't have the time to put extra videos out. But I might, when I get my house fixed up right and things done, and I'll have a way to do more videos, and I'll have a cleaner looking house and a way to make a cooking video, and I could actually put out an extra video a week, whether it be a 5-minute video or 30-minute video. I would do cooking, or I'd go live every once in a while like I'm doing today, but I would go live like Jeremy does in private, and you sit there and talk for just the members only. But that's down the road, you know. I'm just gonna let God lead me to where He wants me to. And if it leads me, the contractor came out today and he was so nice. He prayed with me. How many contractors tell you God bless and have a blessed day, and I'll be praying for you. It was kind of nice. So, yeah, my video's a little longer today than the others. It came out at 4:30. So, by 5:15 or so, a lot of people probably have watched it. If not, they will. And I hope I get a lot of watches from it. But Jeremy's got one for members only out now. I've got it on pause. Her name is Candy. You can see her. Come here, Candy. Give me a minute. Somebody wants to see you. Look. She doesn't want to turn around. She's half asleep. But she's a little Dachshund dog. She's the only one I got left. We lost her aunt last August, a year ago. So we've had her by herself a little over a year and a half. We lost her mama 2 years ago. And we lost her sister Kitty Cat back in May. And we had another cat that died years ago, and she ran off and we never found her. We knew she was sick, but she got sick from that dog food that was really bad. And I never found her, so we couldn't give her a proper burial. And I said, Lord, I knew for the last week or two this cat was not really doing well. And I said, Lord, please let her fall asleep and just go in your arms. But let her die where we can find her. And we didn't find her that night. And my husband said, well, she'll be home. She's gone out before. I said, yeah, but she's not well. Well, he comes running in the house and hollering, I found her, and crying. And I said, what's wrong? He said, I found Calico. I said, is she okay? He said, no, she's gone. She died. She was in we have our garage is down next to our house, and she was in the driveway down there, passed away. She was, we got her in 2010 2010. And she was a stray, and the vet said she was probably 2 when we got her. So she lived to be, I think, around 13, 14 years old, we can guess. But my dog and her, they were really buddies. Yep. He loved his calico. Her calico. They were both girls. We had all girl animals in the house for the last 10 years. Yeah. Hi, Brenda. But I just have my candy kisses now. Yeah. She's my sweetheart. It took her a while to get over losing her daddy. When he fell out here in the yard, she got out of the house and she got on top of him, like, Daddy, are you okay? Kind of looking, licking him. And the paramedics and my neighbor had to pick her up and bring her in the house. That was the last time she saw him because hospital would not let me bring her in because she's not a therapy dog. So if I'm not getting any, when she passes away, I don't know if I'll ever get another dog, but if I do, I'm going to get it therapy certified. Only because if any of my family goes to the hospital, I can take her with me. Yeah, or she could go with me to her in the hospital if I had to, if she's, certified. But anyway, I guess it's about time for me to get off so I can get something cooked for my dinner. But my video came out at 4:30, and I'm not the best at putting videos together, so I hope that they make sense to people. Because I would take a 5-minute video, I would take a 10-minute video, something over 20. Bye. This is like a 40 something minute video, 43, 45-minute video. The one coming out tomorrow is like only I think a 15, 20 video. So, yeah. But I'm hoping to get some friends that might want to go to a YouTube or Twitch convention. That would be fun. I know Jeremy and George went to one last year, but I don't remember which one they went to. Somebody's trying to spam emojis. Okay, you can't. Whoever did it, you can't. I don't know why I have it and why I got it, but I think it comes with the programming. Sorry. I didn't even see him in the chat room. So, all right, I think I'm going to end the broadcast, and I might come back on later tonight and do it again when some of my other friends that can come on. I guess, I don't know. May have to figure out how to disconnect him because one of my other friends, it kicked the person out because they were, so I will have to figure out how to disconnect him later. My friend Nathan can help me do that because I don't need him. But I only have one moderator. His name is Nathan, unless he's not on there. Bye, Kitty. Well, talk to y'all later. And Nathan, you can help me take the Nightbot off later. All right. Y'all have a blessed day now. Thanks for coming.